All right, hello and welcome everybody back to the stream. I'm your CFI and I really appreciate all you guys stopping by. Today we're in the beautiful FSS Flight Sim Studios 727-100 and we're going to be in a very classic skin. This is the CP Air Canadian Pacific Airlines. Canadian Pacific was mainly a railroad company, railway I should say. But then they started an airline, and I think they had a mail service, all sorts of stuff. So CP Air used to run the show back in the 60s, 70s era. In fact, my dad and grandfather actually took this airline as well, but I think on a DC-8. They even had 747s, so they were a pretty big airline for the time. But we're going to be in the beautiful 7-2. Want to say I've been feeling kind of bad for the last couple days. I got home from a trip that took longer than it should have, and then had to host an Easter dinner. And at the end of that, I was like knocked out cold. I slept like basically all of yesterday. Headache, stomach problems, all sorts of different stuff going on. So apologize for the no streams there and all that kind of stuff. And I think there's a sniffle coming on now as well. But we're gonna see what happens. Take things nice and slow, just have some fun. So that's about it. If you guys want to jump along, we're flying from Quebec City, which is any builds, I believe, Quebec City to Fly Tampa's Boston. I don't think we have any ATC online, but that's fine. We're on Vatsim as well, but we'll see what happens. So hopefully you guys will jump in and fly with us as well. We're going to be flying this all on the INS system, the old classic-based inertial navigation system, just because I find it just kind of fun. So we're going to be doing that. And yeah, I want to say thank you to the channel partners. You guys can see them at the top right corner of your screen and also in the description. You guys can go check out that. Tons of links and discounts you guys can check out down below for like Tobii Eye Tracker or Contrail or whatever else you want, Pimax. So tons of stuff down there. And then to the channel members, I really appreciate the continued support as well. We'll say hi to you guys. Just looking at this thing, it just looks beautiful. If you look at this beautiful CP Air livery, I think this is a FlightSim.to livery I found. It doesn't come stock, but it looks amazing on this airplane. Your Flight Sim enthusiast says, what's up, hello, thank you so much for joining and stopping by. Universe is the legend himself. I would call myself that. Thank you, appreciate it. Kieran Anderson, welcome. Good afternoon. Boston Tower's online? Sweet. Okay, that's cool. I wonder if my buddy doing Boston Tower. Just a beautiful looking skin. I tried to attach the jet bridge, but it doesn't seem to be working as usual, so we're going to be just not using it. But hopefully you guys, if you don't own the 727 already, I'd say give it a chance. It is a fantastic airplane. Probably one of the most underrated airplanes in this sim. You don't have to fly with an INS. You can fly the Super 27 with the screens and the FMS and all that kind of stuff. And the flight engineer can help along as well to make it feel like a 7.3. There's even an auto throttle edition you can add for free that comes stock with the airplane. So it's a very, very well-made airplane in my opinion. There's no failures, circuit breakers, and all that kind of stuff. But for what we're going to mainly use it for, it's really good. Definitely is not the same as the FSS E-Jets, that's for sure. So hopefully you guys will enjoy this and we'll get the show on the road here. Madison Medic, welcome. Thanks for being a continued member as well. So this is the flight deck of the 727-100 variant. As you can see here, this is the overhead panel. So we're going to go over here, and I believe I've already attached the ground power. So we're just going to start with our battery all the way up here. I should mention, guys, as well, we are in beta 5, sim update beta 5. So there might be some shenanigans that happens. Maybe it's been good so far, but I'll just put that out there. I'll probably put it in the title later as well. Gonna grab the battery on. Let me make sure the sounds are on for you guys as well. I think they are. And we're gonna turn the ground power on here. So the battery's on and the ground power. If I can click it up. No. There we go. And we'll put our essential power to the external power section. That's the power source we're using. There's only one galley power in this airplane. The 200 has two, so we'll put the galley power on. We can come down here and select one fuel pump from each tank on. And we can come down here and check our hydraulics. So we'll select our hydraulic pump 1 on, and you can see that our pressurization of the hydraulic is increasing. We're looking for about 3,000 psi. Been deciding either getting the 100 or the Learjet. I don't own the Learjet, but if you already have a 727-200, then you probably don't need the 100, to be honest. And the other pump holds. I do believe the 100 has a lot less power in its engines. I'm pretty sure they're older type engines, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, we're going to come back on this panel behind the engineer and turn on our radios. And we can go ahead and select our radio talking on number 1, talking and listening on 1. So that's all set there as well. I know this panel looks kind of intimidating, but it really isn't that bad. It's everything here is it's like a 737, just mainly in gauge form, and there's 3 of everything because there's 3 engines. So you know, you got 3 engines for the gens. You'll have a bunch of bleed switches, but don't get too overwhelmed. If you do 737 procedures in this airplane, you'll be just fine. We're gonna test our APU. Reset, and we're gonna click it twice, so then the generator will work after. All our fuel dump switches are all off, so that's all good as well. And then we can set up our pressurization panel. We can start that now. We're gonna flight level 340. 340 equals a cabin altitude of 5.2. So we'll just select 5.2. And then our landing altitude, I'm pretty sure Boston's pretty much at sea level. Let's see, 19 feet. Yeah, so we'll select 20 or even 10. Let's see. It's pretty average, so we'll do 20. There we go. And then we're going to try to not forget this flight to ground switch. We'll try to forget that. Come up on the overhead panel, the navigation lights are already on. Our emergency lights can be armed. Our anti-escape can be armed. If you want to do the stall test, it's up here. Flight recorder test's up there. We have our compasses slaved, which is always good. There's 2 of them. Window heats can all be selected on. Anti-ice is all selected off, not needed, and our probes are all off as well. So that is all good. No smoking sign can be selected on. Seatbelts can be selected off, as we'd probably be refueling at this point, so we never have belts on while refueling, in case anything bad happens. So we're going to select pre-flight. We're going to sync our load sheet, and then you can either load with GSX, or you can just do a fast load. I'm just going to do a fast load of fuel today. Real quick, I want pounds. So let's go ahead and change that to pounds. And fast load. And fast load. There we go. So we should be expecting 78.65 in each tank. And we got just about that in each tank. So we're all good to go on that. Perfect. And we're already loaded as well. Takeoff wise in Quebec City, they're using, that's 250 at 18 knots. So we'll take runway 24 for that, as it'll be a 9,000 foot strip. So runway 24, flap 5 should be more than fine. We'll go ahead and set that in. You can see it gives us our min takeoff runway available. So you need 4,000 feet at minimum to take off, which is pretty impressive actually. And then our takeoff EPR, our takeoff N1, and our takeoff trim is 550. We can just press set EPR and trim. It's going to set our gauges for us, and it's going to set the trim for us. So we're going to press set EPR and trim. Our trim's been set, and our EPR gauge has been set. Should say 1.98, just under 2. And you can see the bugs are just under 2. So everything's working there. Set speeds. It's going to configure our little speeds here, and it'll also get our FO to call out V1, rotate, and all that kind of stuff. So that's all been set. And now we're going to start the INS. So we're going to select the INS knob here to standby. And there's only one INS in this airplane, so this is the only one we're going to use. We're going to select it over to the waypoint section. Sorry, the position waypoint. There we go, position. And we're on waypoint 0. And what we're going to do is we're going to find our coordinates of our current position at the gates here. So we're at gates, I already forgot, 35, something like that? 35. So it's going to be north. 47.6. Nope, that's wrong. Clear. North 46. 47.6. Insert west. 71.230. We'll insert that. And now that we have this data inputted into our single only INS, we're going to select align. And now it is aligning on that waypoint that we've entered, or that coordinate we've entered in. So this should go all the way down to 0. It should be left at 0.5 if I'm not mistaken. Anyways, while that's doing that, we'll select waypoint, and we're going to enter all waypoints in. So we're going to select waypoint 1. And the first waypoint en route is Rozga, which is north 46, 075. We'll insert that. West 71, 41.7. Waypoint 2 is Mobile, a north coordinate of 45, 23. There we go. And west 71, 51.8. Next would be the Concord VOR. I'm not making that up. 43, 13.2. Insert west 71, 34.5. Then Chris, it looks like, north 42, 57.0. 71, 15.6. And then the Lawrence VOR. 42, 44.4. Insert west 71, 057. And that's it. Now waypoint 6 would be Boston. So that's all we have for the route. Not too bad. And we'd be radar vectors into the ILS most likely, as we can't really do anything else, or visual. That's about it. So that's our entire route already plugged in. Secret in the 727, if you want to fast align, you can go ahead and press this nav button here, and it'll instant align you and get this all sequenced. So we'll click that. Now it's done. Nav. Actually, what we can do, see if it goes any lower. No, it won't. All right, nav is good for me. So now we're already aligned. You can wait the full, 8 minutes, but I don't want to. So we'll go ahead and uncage or stand by our official horizon. And you can also press B, and that'll set up all the altimeters. At least the way I have my control set up. Maddie, welcome. Thanks so much for stopping by. Fog, welcome. Hello, my fellow Canuckian friend. I'm not a West Coast guy, but I appreciate you stopping by. I hope you're doing well. We throw the belts on, and we're basically pretty much ready to push at the most part. So we're going to set up a few more systems, and we'll be good to go. So we're going to be doing the Quebec City 6 departure, which calls for heading of 241, or as assigned, expected vectors, and then jet aircraft maintain 4,000. So we'll select 4,000 in our alt select, and then our heading indicator will be set to 241. Holding shift, I think, makes it go quicker. Close enough. And because we're not using any, I guess we could have the Quebec VOR plugged in, 13.2, but we're basically to be INS right off the starts because there's no one here to give us any clearance. So I'll just select this over to GPS and or INS right away. So 4,000 set there, that's all good. I don't think I can press Alt Cell just yet. No, you can't. So Alt Cell will be pressed later on, as we'll need that. Our transponder down here could be just set to 2,000. As our IFR above 14 grand. And we can go and throw that on as well. We can tell GSX to start getting ready for the push. Actually, I'm going to wait on that. Let me get the AP running first, because they might... GSX sometimes disconnects the ground power when you do that. So fueling is complete, so we can go ahead and start the APU. I'll give you guys some sounds outside, Notice that the APU exhaust is out of the wing in this airplane. Kind of strange. I was West Coast. I was East Coast. I was everywhere. Nice. Yeah, I've been out west as well for a little bit. Not too long, just a couple months. I don't think I pressed start. There you go. Let me know how the sounds are, by the way. Too loud, too low. That ground power is pretty loud. We're going to plug in our CTAF Freak, which is 1865. Perfect. We can set it over to the current freak. And then our flight directors we can set to heading for the time being. And then I'm going to put this up to the maximum just for something to aim for. You don't really need it, but it's there for us for later on. I just set it to the max, about 10 plus degrees. Initially, we're going to pitch for about 17, and then we're going to come back down to 10 degrees of pitch. The APU is on and stabilized. We can go ahead and close the circuit breaker to the APU, which means the ground power will automatically shut off from the airplane, and we can shut our essential power to APU. Our APU bleeds are already running. Our packs are off for the time being. We can turn the packs on just for a little bit until we get pushed back. I've been told this is a bug, that the pack... turning on the packs with the APU on should keep pressure. It shouldn't go to 0. But, anyways, we can keep them off. I've been told, I believe that gauge is still bugged. I could be wrong, but, yeah. Anyways... We'll get the other two fuel, or all the rest of the fuel pumps are running. Hydraulic on as well, and now we can call for the pushback. Very short taxi today as well. No de-icing required, GSX, and we're going to be facing left. Nose to the east. So as soon as we're ready to push, we'll do the last couple checks, and then we'll be good to go. What airline is this? This is CP Air, Canadian Pacific Airlines. It's a very old airline. They don't fly anymore. I'm going to disconnect the ground power, actually. But it used to be a railway company, I think is how it started. But they basically controlled all the mail and the rail and the air, and I think sea travel as well for a long time in Canada. For about basically since the rail started, it's been CP Rail. And then CP Air came along. They even had 747s, DC-8s, so it was a pretty decently sized airline. But I believe Air Canada bought them out, pretty sure. My dad and grandfather actually flew on CP Air from Italy, which is kind of cool. Alright, so we're going to face to the left. And then before we release the parking brake, we're going to select our beacon on. Our transponder has already been set to alt, so that's all good. All our doors are all closed except for the APU, which makes sense. Fuel pumps are on, steering is off, you don't have control over that. Belts are on as well. Pressurization is set, so go ahead and release the brakes. Said nose left, right? I think I did. Quebec traffic, it's Empress 12, pushing stand 35, facing east. Yeah, the call sign is Empress, by the way, guys. Yes, flew on a 747 in the late 70s from Winnipeg to Honolulu. That's really cool. CP became Canadian. Ah, it was Canadian in the 80s, then merged with Air Canada. Yeah, so eventually Air Canada bought them out somehow. That's really cool, though. I haven't really met too many people that actually flown this airline. And now they fire you if your CEO doesn't speak. Yeah, no comment. Alrighty. We can do that. Let's go ahead and start up engines. So our bleeds are all set. The power is to the APU. We'll go ahead and select number 2. I actually don't know the start. Actually, no, I think it's 1, 2, 3. I forget what the start sequence is. I think someone told me that their grandfather flew the 7.2, and they were saying you can start anything. So I'll just start 1. We'll just go left to right. Keep it simple. We're looking. Uh-oh, battery low on my headset. We're looking for 12% on the N2 there. I'm gonna go add fuel on 1. I don't know if I have a long enough USB-C cord. Not the greatest sounds. I was able to find a cord that reached my headset, so that's good. We're going to go ahead and start number 2.
The aircraft is equipped with 2 main emergency exits, each marked with a red exit sign located at the front of the aircraft. There are also
Again, looking for 12%. I'm pretty sure it's 12 or 15, somewhere around there. It's not like your normal, current modern jet engines.
If you need to evacuate the aircraft, ground level lighting will guide you to the exit.
You know what? The sounds are pretty bad. I wonder if there's a sounds thing in here.
Insert the metal part into the buckle, which can be adjusted through the end of the belt. To open the belt, lift the outer part of the buckle. In the event of a sudden loss of cabin pressure, individual oxygen masks will automatically drop from the
I wonder if my sounds are just turned down. Oh, looks like we have a 7.3. Ah, my sounds are just turned down. Sorry for your ears. Turn that off. I don't know why that's on. I just switched to beta mode of the sim, and I'm on sim update 5 beta.
If this happens, remain seated and pull
There we
the
go.
mask
It's a little
to
louder.
start the oxygen flow. Please place the mask firmly over your nose and mouth and breathe normally. Although the bag does not fill with air, the oxygen flow is automatic. If you are traveling with a child or a person who needs assistance, put the mask
All right, number 2 is nicely up and running. We can go ahead and start number 3.
The life jacket is located under the seat or on
The engines are really far back in this airplane, so quite realistic that at least up front you probably wouldn't hear much.
The map is wrapped around
Just like in real world on the RJ, the engines are about 100 plus feet back, so don't really hear them all that much. Even in the cabin, you don't hear the engines in the CRJ either all too much. Unless on startup you hear it for sure, but not really in the flight deck that much.
Hold down the armrest and open the windows. For your safety and comfort, we recommend that you fasten.
Standing in my nose door. Wouldn't be able to see you, but sure. Got the thumbs up. Got the salute off her. Alrighty. All the engines are up online, so now we're gonna do our after starts. I don't know why that keeps happening. Let's go ahead and close all our circuit breakers. Sorry, our circuits to the engines. So all our engine generators are online now. And we'll select our essential power to. I'll just leave it to Gen 1. What? What? There we go. Alrighty, our packs can be selected on. And I have the engineer can be adjusting temperatures as we fly, because I don't really want to bother with that. With that, the APU can be selected off. It's going to come up to the front. It'll be a flap 5 departure for today. So flaps 5 will be set in there. Our auto brakes. Does this one have the auto brake? I thought this one does have auto brakes. Maybe the 100 doesn't have any auto brakes. I swear they're like here or here. So I'm thinking the 100 has no auto brake. That's fine. We will just simply do the classic old manual braking thing. Flaps 5 are set and indicating. We can go take a look at the wing. Got the leading edge slats, and the trailing edge flaps. Beautiful, beautiful plane. Go ahead and lock my office chair wheel so I don't slide around as I use my pedals to steer. The parking brake is deselected. We'll do a very quick after start check. We'll start taxing as well. Where did that go? Huh. Alright, you're supposed to be able to click this and a checklist comes out, but I don't know where that went. Checklist has disappeared. You can also click that and get a flight plan, by the way, back there. Okay, no checklist for me. Sim Update 5, by the way, guys, runs very, very well, for me at least. I should probably take this turn before we hit something.
Quebec traffic news 1977 report runway 24 to the south, Quebec State departure, Quebec.
Alright, before we forget, we're going to go to the engineer panel and select our pressurization panel to flight. I believe they do that as we're entering the runway, but I'm going to do it now. This thing is... I need a lot of brakes to keep this thing on at a reasonable speed. You can see the water bombers there. I think it's a CL-216 or 215. I forget what they're called. Got a nice CRJ in the background there. One of the best planes ever created. And then one of the worst planes ever created right next to it. I kid, I just joke. Aiden, welcome, thanks so much for stopping by. Aiden 6 said, sorry. Quebec traffic, Empress 12, line Upperway 24. Looks like we have a nice steady wind coming right down the pipe, so that'll be good for us.
Traffic, user 1, call taking out from like 29 departure, straight out, but to the left up.
Okay, we'll throw all our lights on. The transponder can go to TARA.
Quebec traffic, Air Canada 311, pushing back.
Just a second here. There we go, we got the transponder. This thing needs so much brake, the 100 variant. Nice and aligned, and go full left here. Use as much runway as you possibly can. You guys ready? We're gonna set our EPR thrust to about 2. If you guys are members in the chat, get your togas in chat, and we are gonna get going here. It's a pretty bad lineup, but we'll get going. A little bit of yoke forwards for some better nose wheel authority at these low speeds. And we'll say check thrust. Thrust
80 knots.
That's checked as well. Quebec traffic, Empress 12 on the roll, 124.
V1, rotate.
I forgot to put my camera on, sorry about that.
Positive rate.
Gear up. She is quite a smoky beast, this one. What a beautiful, beautiful plane. All right, we're gonna click our Alt-Cell button, although there's no one here, so you know what, let me go higher, I guess, here. We'll start with 13, whatever. We'll fix that later. Now we'll press headings. Oh, I guess it's let me do Alt-Cell. You know what, I guess it only works with the autopilots on. That's fine. Right now, I have this set up as my heading, and then I just have about 10 degrees of pitch. So what we can do is we can kind of give ourselves about 7 degrees or so, and we'll start nosing on down. Just nice and gently, we're just going to slowly just bring this airplane down. And as we bring the nose down with the same thrust, our speed starts to increase. So we're going to start retracting our flaps here. So slots and flaps 2. You see the slots coming on in. And flaps up. Yeah, they're coming on the wing there. Alrighty, there's 250 knots. We're going to continually push up, or pitch up, to maintain 250 knots in our climb here. Not changing the power setting, just keeping the power where it is. Flight directors aren't really useful, they're just more of what I set it to be, but notice we're holding that 250 knots bang on. I'm not changing my climb power. We want to keep that climb power where it is. I actually need a little bit more power there. Alrighty, and what we're going to do is we're going to nose up just a little bit more to hold 250, and we're going to come over here and select waypoint from 0 to 1, insert that, and what we can do is we can press autopilot engage, climb mode IS hold, 250 knots is close enough for me, and this can go to OxNav, and that'll follow the INS course. We can now tell our flight director to show me VL, which is where it should be showing me where it's turning to, but it's not actually doing that, but it should be. Anyways, we can go a bit higher here. 340, and you want to make sure Alt-Cell is selected. 340 Alt-Cell. Now, what I've done there is I've clicked our altitude hold mode on the flight director. All that does is show me where level flight is. You can notice we're a little fast as well. Kind of want to get closer to, oh, you know what? We're above 10 already, so that's okay. Now I actually want to start speeding up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into vertical speed mode, nose the airplane down a little bit, and speed up. So we'll go here, vertical speed. We're going to nose it down to about maybe 2,000 feet per minute or so. Somewhere around there. The airplane's going to start accelerating. And what I'm also going to do is find our climb EPR. You can have the engineer set this for you, but I find it a little bit more fun doing it yourself. So we're going to be approximately passing 20,000 here shortly. We're still at 15. And the temperature outside currently is about 0. So 5 to 25,000. The temperature is 0. We're looking for 1.94 to 1.96 on the climb EPR. So I'm going to reduce my thrust just to that caret right there. There we go. Now, if you're ever using this chart, keep in mind the top number is engines 1 and 3, and the bottom number is engines 2. So technically I should set 194 on this guy. And that's because the center engine, I think it's a more thrust. I think it burns, at least it burns hotter than the rest, that's for sure. So, anyways, we're looking at about 300 knots. That's good for me. We'll go ahead and nose up a little bit, and then once the airspeed stops climbing, we're going to press IAS hold. So we can go ahead and set this to 300, 280 around there. That's good enough. And IS hold is basically like speed mode in the CRJ, if you think about it, or open climb in the Airbus and flight level change in the Boeing. So now I've told it I want you to hold this indicated airspeed with the power I'm giving you. Increase a little bit. And it's going to nose up and down to hold that speed.
Taking off runway 24.
We are way past 10,000, so we can go ahead and grab all this stuff off. Those can stay on. it's been pretty fun. Oop, forgot my probe heat. Sorry about that. It's been pretty fun, so we can go and grab our seatbelts off. Check our pressurization here. Everything is pressurized. You want to check all that stuff through 10,000, but this airplane gets a little busy. There is a multi-crew version of this airplane being built, though, I'm pretty sure. Happy Wednesday to you as well, Aiden. It looks like it looks like there might be a plane departing from the other side. Yeah, they are. They left before we went there. Some random numbers I put. My username seems cursed since I have a 350 as my background picture. Yeah, you need a 6.7 there. California, wait, why do I have to say it 5 times? It does look. Yeah, the airplane looks amazing. It's a beautiful airplane. One of the best in the sim, in my opinion. We've got a crazy wind going on right now, as you guys can see. Pilot, welcome. Can you say... I don't get what this 5 times thing is. Skymaster says, love the livery. Great stream, as always. Thank you so much, Skymaster. Appreciate you stopping by. Big thumbs up to you, he says. You guys, be sure to go check out Mr. Skymaster's streams as well. He goes live quite a bit. X-Plane and Microsoft, so be sure to go check him out. Thank you for the subscriptions as well, guys. It looks like we gained 1. I appreciate all the likes and everything as well. So now, yeah, the airplane is basically a rocket ship. It's just going to hold this airspeed as we go. And my job is to just keep... set this 1.6. My job is to keep fiddling with these engines to maintain all the right EPR settings here. Bring my right side down a little bit. I'm using a Pro Desk Sim throttle for the 727. Turn my camera on here. I meant to do this for the takeoff, but I actually forgot. There we go. So here's the Moza yoke right there. And then this is the ProDesk Sim 727. So we have the spoiler, the flap with all the gates, and then the 3 engines here with the go-around button as well. So I'm just individually setting each one there to make sure it's good. You can also get this gear up and off as well. Now, we're passing 26,000 feet, so we're going to take a look and see what our new climb EPR is going to start being here. Let's call it 30,000, and it's not 0 anymore. It's probably, there it is, minus 20. So minus 20 at 30,000 is 2.4 on the 1 and 2, and 210 on the center. So it's a lot more. So we'll go over here, and we'll select 204, 204, 210. So we're just going to go ahead and nicely bring these engines up. Although this doesn't look like that's supposed to go to 210. Looks like I'm going to blow the engine up. Let me go check that again. Not really technically at 30,000, I guess, right? So. Stick with that for the time being. That looks pretty decent. Matty says, what do you think the odds are that Boston Tower asks you what your call sign is? Oh, I think the odds are pretty high. I didn't even know that CPR's call sign was Empress. I had no idea. It's looking a little dark in here. I think I'm going to turn my saturation-y thing down. Or up, I guess, technically. There we go. A little bit too dark in here. We're using reshade as well, guys, and also, if you guys can let me know, I've done some changes to my OBS settings. Does it look very smooth, high quality? Do you see any fuzziness? Hopefully it looks really good for you guys. Does 727 have auto throttle? Yeah, you can turn the auto throttle on right here. It's on. It might be the reflex actually. Aircraft. Auto throttle, so you can turn it, you can put it here and it will appear right there, engaged or not, and it'll hold the speed that you tell it to with the little caret, but we're not going to do that. We can leave the switch there, I guess, but I'm just not going to turn it on. We're going to leave the auto throttle off. We're going to fly like an RJ. As you can see, we're already going from waypoint 1 to waypoint 2, so everything's going well. Oh wow, they have the DME mode working. That's actually quite impressive. All right, let's put the DME in here. We're gonna put the con VOR in. This is DME updating. North 4313. 2. West 71. Actually, let me do it this way. I'll use the actual flight plan's DME, which will work better. Or not DME coordinates, I should say. It'll be north 40. Clear, north. Okay, yeah, clear. So, hold 7-9. North 313. 2, insert west 7. 34-5, insert. So, we're not going to do it just yet, but what I am going to do is we're going to go ahead and waypoint 8 like that, and I'm going to plug in the VOR freak here, which is going to be 12.9. We're looks like 1,000 feet to go until we're at our altitude we've selected. 12.9, that's good there.
1,000 to go.
12.9 there too. Awesome, and we're looking for when we get DME, then we're going to start to try to see if DME updating works. I'd be very impressed if it does. The Classy Traveler, hello, welcome. Thanks so much for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. We're flying this beautiful CP Air 727 from Quebec City to Boston. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous looking airplane. Gonna watch my level off. It might be leveling off here, and I might start to over accelerate. Yep, just caught it. There's 34,000. So we're gonna bring our power back. This thing is a very fast airplane. We're already at Mach 0.8 already. So we're gonna bring it back. Our flight plan has us cruising at Mach 0.8, so that's perfect. We'll go right to 0.8, right about there. And as it accelerates, we're gonna add a little bit of power to hold us, and we're just looking for it to stabilize on the speed. A tiny bit more and we should be good to go. Now we're going from waypoint 2 to waypoint 3. Beautiful airplane. A little bit more power. And on this leg, we don't really have much left to go. So on this leg, we can start prepping for our arrival. Getting a little confused here. There we go. That should have been closed, but it's the 70s, whatever. Keep it open. I really encourage you guys to try this airplane though. Hopefully you will enjoy it. I think you will. I love this thing. I think it's very, very well made. I didn't know they had a across the pond event, but it depends on which day. It depends if I have it off or not, and maybe I can apply to pick the Concord, because I won't do a regular across the pond. Never ever will I do that on the stream or in sim at all. I don't have any desire to do that, but Concord I can definitely see myself doing. That'd be kind of cool. Alright, so our speed is nice and stabilized there. So what we can start doing is prepping for our arrival here. We'll be probably planning, let's see, Boston. The ATIS down there is using 4 left, 4 rights for arrival. I actually don't know which one they'd actually give me in that case. I guess 4 left would make the most sense, because that's where we're kind of coming from. So we'll choose 4 left and hope everything goes well. Oh no, it only has an RNAV, so I have to take 4 right. We don't have RNAV capability. So 4 right, the ILS freak is 10.3. The approach course is 035. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up our heading to just about right there. We're going to switch ourselves over to heading mode. And then we're going to set this to nav. And now we're going to set our course to 035. Technically it'll be set as well. Alrighty, and now we're going to go back to GPS and back to AUX-NAV. So now we're back in LNAV mode basically. So the ILSs are tuned. There's no auto brake for this airplane. We don't have auto brake capability in the 100 variant at least. So you manual brake, that's fine here. That's no problem. They give you a landing chart if you want to use it. So we're going to KBOS, and they can sync the weather. For some reason, they never pull the QNH for some reason when I do this, but it's going to be 3062. Wow, that's a very high pressure. Okay, 30.62. All right, and then they have your minimum land distance available. This is 4 grand. We have much more than that to play with. Go on EPR or go on N1, and then our V speeds. So we'll set the EPRs, we'll set the V speeds up. We have VRF 122, we approach 127, so that'll be more than fine for us today. I guess I can pull the chart up over here, KBOS. Yeah, this is it right here. So we're good to go. Our speed's kind of going away from us just a little bit, so we'll go ahead and just reduce the power a little bit there. This airplane gets fast, and we're not even at service yet. It can go much higher and much faster, actually, where we're flying right now. We're going to waypoint 3 currently, which on our flight plan is 3. So we're actually going to the Concorde VR currently. So we're actually going to start descending. That's pretty much in the next 40 miles or so. We're going to start moving. Got 86 miles to go. We're not descending via any star or any EPC. We're just going to go. We're just going to go down. So sector altitude is 2,000 we can find possibly more. We'll set it, just to start, we'll set it 10,000, and then from there we can go lower as needed. This airplane descends quite quickly, however. It is a brick. I can't think of anything more boring than across the pond. Exactly, yeah. I do in a Concorde. It's very quick, but other than that, I don't really care to. They don't let you fly the Concorde. Unfortunately, it's on April 25th. No, well then they're not going to see me there. Boss Tower just logged off. That's my luck. They always log off when I'm getting closer. start to get DME from this. That'd be more 12.9 it says. See if we can hear it. Now they do have a descent calculator if you wanted to use it. It is flight, and then you can use this calculator here. The easy way to do it though is, let's just say, you know, I'm 34,000 feet and I want to go down to 10 grand. So I got to lose 24,000 feet. If I did 1,000 feet per minute, it would take me 24 minutes. Right now we have 8 minutes. If I want to do it if I want to do double the speed, I'd have to do 2,000 feet per minute, and that would take me 12 minutes. And if I do 3,000 feet per minute, it'd probably take me about 8 minutes. So we're pretty much going to start going down basically now. So that's how I kind of do the math in my head. It's pretty quick math. It's kind of ballparking it. So there's 10,000 feet set. We're going to press our Alt-Cell button. And then we're just going to select our vertical speed. We're going to start nosing it down. Before I do that, I'm just going to bring the power back just a little bit first. And now we're going to start nosing the airplane down. And we're looking for 3,000 feet per minute or so. Bring the thrust back. A little bit more. A little bit more. Perfect. Now keep in mind, this 8-minute timer is with our current true airspeed. As we descend, the air gets thicker, our true airspeed actually starts to decrease. So this time might actually stay around the 7-minute mark as we get lower here. It might not change as much as you think it will be. There's the DME to the station we just got. I'm going to see if the DME updating works. Probably shouldn't mess with this, but... So I'm going to do hold 7-9, waypoint change 8, insert. I don't think it works. Oh, this part works. West 7 was the frequency. Whoops. 1129. Insert north 750. Oh no, it's going to be closest to the 1, so 10. Insert. Check our speed real quick. Notice how it's just bang on. Just a little bit of power. Yeah, I should be able to click waypoint change 8, and it should start fixing our alignment here. Oh, 8 doesn't have anything in it. Okay, well, we'll do 3. That's fine. Cool. 3. That should work. Yeah, it's probably just not finished, or I'm doing it wrong, but anyways, that's fine. 43 miles to go, 6 minutes. We have only 10,000 or 14,000 feet left to lose. This plane does not have a problem descending at all. I need power. Notice how much power I need, and I'm still maintaining our speed pretty good here. I'm actually going to reduce the descent just a little bit, put some extra power in. Used to have the 7.2 back in FS9. Can't remember the dev. Yeah, I don't know the dev in FS9, but this is Flight Sim Studios, and this one is, in my opinion, it's pretty good. Looks good, flies good. Is there a version of the DC9 out there? I don't think so. Fires, hey, welcome for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. I'm going to change the title to read Sim Update 5, which we are in. Sim Update 5 is running fantastic for me. Much, much better than Sim Update 4. Door layout is interesting. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Well, this is probably catering or something, and then the emergency exits. About to land into Key West, then probably hop into DCS and the Apache and return that thing. The Apache's awesome in DCS. Yeah, that's one of the best ones in there. It's a very cool tour, especially if you have someone to fly with. Blah, blah. Alright, well on our descent, you can see that the cabin is now descending, so that we're depressurizing nicely. Our engineer is adjusting temperatures for the cabin. That's all going well. Turn off this, so you can hear nav anymore. And we're going to switch our current frequencies to the ILS, as we don't really need. Well, actually, you know what? Let's plug into Boston anymore. Let's find 12.7. After our flight plan. We descended a little early, but that's okay. Probably going to actually go direct 0 to 6, 0 to 5. I wish they had the Echo model better than Tuesday Avionics. Yeah, I mean, that's classified stuff, though. I'm surprised we got a longbow in general. I'd be happy with that, players. I thought we were going to get like a steam engaged Vietnam Apache. Or not Vietnam, but you know what I mean. Yeah, I heard the Black Hawk was supposed to be coming out soon, so I thought someone was making it. Yes. Gorgeous airplane. I'm gonna try something, guys, real quick. You tell me the stream's gonna come back, but tell me if this current looks better or what I'm about to do right now. You guys tell me what looks better. Alex, welcome. Yeah, I know you like CPR. Beautiful, beautiful skin. There's an APU door there, exhaust. Like how the arrows like don't walk over the exhaust. Start our flight recorder. You think the first one look better? Yeah, I can fix it. So we should be back with you guys live. I put it back to the old scaling. We're gonna go to heading mode here. Nav. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. Put it into nav look. We can grab that course. That's basically going direct to the Boston VOR, which we're going to change later, but for right now that's fine with me. Should grab it when it has it, but I guess not. It's okay. Good enough. What's your favorite call sign in your opinion? Mine's got to be Lynx Airs. I didn't even know what that was. I just use. I just found out today that CP Air was Empress, which is kind of interesting. Clipper is cool, which is Pan Am. I always like Lufthansa Cargo. Just like saying that. Kind of realistic, actually. This is kind of what New York airspace does to you. It gets you really low very far away. Mr. Dominic, hello, welcome. Thanks so much for stopping by. Bermudair Gosling, I don't know what that is. The Canadian low-cost carrier Lynx Air's call sign was Dotless before they went out of business a few years back. Oh, okay. I knew about Lynx, I just thought their call sign would be Lynx. Couldn't be that easy, I guess. Alright. What we're going to do, guys, now is we're going to go heading over. We're going to go off to the right. And we're going to keep our descent going on here. All the way about 3,000 feet. It's just a gear warning horn. Click this so the warning horn goes away. Changes back to 035. Up on 10,000 feet, we're going to lessen our rate of descent to about 1,200 a minute or so. And we'll turn our left side for the downwind here. Let's see what our wind is currently. We're going to push to the right, so for downwind. ILS frequencies up. Coming through 250 knots, we're going to press IAS hold and leave the idle thrust. Coming through 10,000, lights on. Actually, let me leave these off. I don't know what they would do, but this would be doing the RJ at least. Belts.
Boston traffic route 1977, turn left base, remove 4 left, reach out of Dabo, Boston.
There's Boston over there. Boston traffic, it's Empress 12. We're on a pretty extended left downwind runway 4 right. We'll call final when ready. Oh, you know
Boston
what?
traffic, Kinetic Express 306, approaching Goshi, runway 4 right, 5,500 feet. Boston traffic.
Let's go vertical speed. I forgot to re-click my alt cell. So it leveled off at 10 grand. I'm like, we're not really going down anymore. There we go. You know what, to get down even quicker, we'll set the boards as well. That way we don't have to go too far. I think I'm following somebody anyways, so it doesn't really matter. Someone's turning a pretty far extended left base. So that's fine. In that case, we'll get rid of our boards. There's someone in front of us on the base just turned right now.
5 miles, that's down, Boston.
We're going to turn behind. Boston traffic, Empress 12, approximately 15 miles to the west. We're turning left base 4 right, Boston.
Traffic is 86 Mike and 1,100, less than 3 miles from touchdown 4 right, Boston.
Boston traffic, Kinetic Express 306 will do a left-hand orbit over Goshi and follow the Empress traffic into Boston, Kinetic Express 306.
Wide slope is alive.
We're going to start turning on inbound here.
Boston traffic route 1977, turn 12 miles final, runway 4 right, Boston.
Charlie X-ray Alpha 306. If you're doing the 360, don't worry, buddy. You can come in. We're 250 knots still.
Stay firm, Canadian Express 306 will approaching Goshi now, Canadian Express 306.
All right, we're gonna go over here and press auto GS.
Citation 6 on Mike, less than 1 mile, final 4 right, Boston.
And we have our low connect wide slope are all arms.
$1,000 to go.
Yeah, there's a Piper 24. What is a PA 24 anyways? Is that a jet? No, that's what I thought. It's like a prop. He's doing a 360 on final. Like, don't worry about it. we're much faster than you. We're on low capture there. Glide slope alive. And Boston traffic, it's Empress 12 mile final, right for it. Everything's going well. We'll keep 250 for a little bit longer. We are leveling off at 10,000 here, or at 3,000. We'll add a little bit of thrust for that. Although there is someone in front of me that's probably went really slow. Oh no, they already landed. Okay, good. We spaced that out quite nicely, if I do say so myself. Alright, come up on 10 miles, we're going to go idle thrust. Good wide slope coming on in. Flap 1.
Boston traffic, citation 67 Mike, safely on the ground, clear up 4 right, vacate onto 3 for right, Boston.
Flat 5. Gear down. Flap 15. I get the 15. Nope, flap 25. Oops, I meant to go 15. That's what I meant to do right there. This thing slows down so easily. We'll keep it to 160 for the time being. Right about a 6 mile final or so. I'm going to press the record button. And I'm also going to bring the cameras for you guys.
Boston traffic, Rouge 1977, 3 mile final runway 4 right, Boston.
So that Rouge is there. Alright, let's continue slowing down.
Boston traffic, citation 67 Mike, crossing runway 4 left on 3 for right, Boston.
Alright, and flap 30. Boston traffic, it's Empress 12, 6 mile final, 4 right. Look at that flap shake, that looks really cool.
Boston traffic, citation 67 Mike, clear 4 left, and making a left turn on November, taxi PA, Boston.
It's impressive how slow this thing can get. Adding power to hold. There we go. Let's see if we can see our traffic. It's gonna be a little tight. Pretty tight, actually. Might have to do some S turns or something. I actually didn't see him. I thought he was already ahead of us, cleared. That's okay. 3 miles is about a minute, so he has a minute to clear. It's our ground speed. Just coming up on 2 mile final, about 45 seconds. He's on the decel, I believe, which is good. This is LaGuardia space, and look at this. This is perfect. This is perfect. He's going to exit. Actually, LaGuardia is a little bit tighter. It's a little scary how tight LaGuardia is. All right, guys, you guys ready to go manual flying here? We're already recording. Autopilot disengaged.
Boston traffic, Rouge 1977, cleared 4 right, crossing 4 left, option 3 right, Boston.
Clear to land, everyone's clear. We'll go through the lights on. Boston.
Citation 67 Mike, crossing runway 15 or right on November, Boston.
Boston traffic, it's Empress 12, short final, 4 right. Correct on the center a little bit better here, coming to the right. And we're going to add some left rudder.
40, 30, 20, 10.
Spoiler.
Boston traffic, citation 67 Mike, clear 15 right at them. And taxi via Bravo 2, general indication,
Manual
and last
brakes.
call, Boston.
We'll take the next one, that's okay.
Boston traffic, Rouge 1977, clear 4 runways, crossing 15 right on November, Boston.
And Boston traffic, it's Empress 12, exiting runway 33, so 4 right is now clear. You'd have to get clearance to do that, but there's no one to clear us, so that's fine. We're going to stop the recording, and we'll take the next available left at Mike, it looks like. The brakes in this airplane suck. The 200 are actually a lot better than that. I'll go ahead and turn the camera off. We're clear right, clear left. all these off.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our destination airport. For your safety and comfort, please remain seated and fasten your seatbelt.
Nice. Beauty.
Boston traffic, Rouge 1977, clear for runway, taxi to engage via Alpha, Alcohol, Washington.
Nice landing. It's almost like you've done this in real life. A time or two, here and there. I've been known to dabble. What runway is that? 5 right. Boston traffic, Empress 12, crossing runway 15 right at Mike. Right, clear left or clear right. This is Vatsim, so I will throw the strobe on, although it is an active runway, but I'll still do it because I don't trust Vatsim people. This airplane is just, idle thrust. This thing is going. It does
Boston
not
traffic,
care.
Connecticut Express 306, initial finals 4 right, Boston traffic.
Let's go ahead and clean up the airplane a little bit there, now that we're kind of clear of all the runways. Transponder back to just Alt-C. Flaps are coming up. Nice sounds for that. Like, those are new. I don't remember hearing them like that before. We're gonna go short left for a little bit because I think they're... Oh, there's no one actually here. Okay. Boston traffic, Empress 12, crossing runway 4 left. Boston. We'll leave the strobe on for that. And yeah, I'll start the APU up. Hope you guys enjoyed the flight. Thank you for the likes and subscriptions and all that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Clear right, clear left. I'm just gonna pick a random gate. I don't really care. Strobes are off. Taxis are still on. Go ahead and select our generator, and with that we're going to close engine number 2, just so I can taxi this thing without needing a ton of brake on. So number 1 and 3 are still working. This airplane taxis a lot better on just 1 and 3. Oh, look, you can see people moving. Kind of. I don't know where CPR would park. I think it's somewhere on this side. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous airplane, though. It's so nice to hand fly. Get on the actual line here. Alright, we'll pick these gates off to the right. Should be good enough for me. We'll shut her down and give you guys some replays and call it a night. Do you ever do a single engine taxi in the CRJ? All the time. Yeah, as long as it's not icing conditions, you can do a single engine taxi. It's usually better because the RJ on 2 engines, kind of like this airplane, will just start to roll, and it needs a lot of brake to keep it slow. What a fantastic airplane. Beautiful day, beautiful plane. All right, full brake, park and brake. We can release our brakes. The APU is already on the gens. Anti-ice is off, so the other 2 engines can be shut off as well. The essential power can be selected to APU. There you go. Our 1 hydraulic can be selected off. Our fuel pumps can all be selected off except for 1 from each tank. It's fine. The APU is running.
Boston traffic,
Belts
runway 4 right, vacated at hotel.
Taxi should have been turned off.
Boston traffic.
Beacon can get turned off. The window heats can get turned off. If you're going to fully cold and dark, you could turn those off. You'd leave these on if you're going to just turn around and fly again. Probe should have been done on the after landings. And that's about it. She's pretty much good to go. We shut the APU off in the battery, and then that's pretty much it. Oh, why? Oh, look at that. They're automatically coming. That's kind of cool. They're just automatically coming to the airplane. And they connected the bridge. That's actually really, really cool. I wonder if they're going to automatically connect the ground power. You look at that parking job. No guidance or anything. Can I get a view on that, maybe? Give you guys a replay coming up here. I really, really appreciate you guys watching as well. What line did we park on? $573.
Boston traffic, Canadian Express 306, crossing 4 left out in hotel, taxiing GA.
When you turn off beacon light, once you get to the gate, engine's off. Once the beacon light is off, that means the ground crew can approach the airplane. Up until that point, they're not supposed to approach the airplane. They can put chocks in the nose wheel, that's about it. So, get the engines turned off, and basically after that point, the beacon light can be shut off. It means they're able to open the doors and all that kind of stuff, so that's the main thing. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this this flight here. Beautiful, beautiful plane. I really highly recommend taking a look at the FSS 727. This is the 100 variant. However, you don't have to buy this variant. You can buy the 200, or you can buy the Super 27, which is the one with all the screens and all that kind of stuff. I prefer, my opinion, I like the old classic stuff, but you buy any one you want. Either one you do buy does come with an auto throttle if you want to add it in for free through the little tablet. And either one you buy also comes with the option of a Garmin 530, the INS, which we're using today, which is a very good INS model, and or the GNS XLS, which is like an older style FMS, which real 727s did use this, so it's not like you're cheating or anything. Either one of these options, real 727s were fitted with this, and currently fly with one of these two. The INS is pretty much phased out. So anyways, guys, we're going to put our hot start setting. Forgot if they had that. They do somewhere, I'm pretty sure, right? Oh, they have an on APU panel state. All right, let's go ahead and... I thought they had a ready to fly. I guess they don't. All right, let's go and start the engines real quick. I'll just kind of restart them really quickly here. I thought they had like a ready taxi preset. I wonder if they modeled this. I wonder if I can start all 3 engines at once for a triple engine start. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. That should not be possible. Look, yeah, they're not working. See, just engine 1. I'm going to tell GSX to basically go away. I'm going to close my doors. I don't want ground services. Let's do this properly here. Oop. We'll start number 2. Just gonna get all these engines back online, and then we'll give you guys the replay. I gotta say, I love how the Phoenix handles GSX integration. Turn the beacon on, and it automatically connects the pushback tug, and turn it off in the end of the flight. It auto starts deboarding. That's kind of cool too. That's a pretty good way of doing it. That might be like this one. I'm not too sure. It seems like that's what happened when GSX wants to work. Exactly. My performance in Sim Update 5, guys, is fantastic, by the way. All right, starting number 3. We're gonna set our flaps to 30. Is the RJ still broken in SU5? I haven't tried it at all. I just got SU5 today, actually. Alright, so that's all good. Get rid of that. We'll just, whatever, put those back on, sure. Just to say it's all the same. Close, close, close. Gen 1, APU off. And that's it. Everything else should be good to go. So let's go ahead and do our replay here.
Wide slope is alive.
And I should probably disconnect the Vatsim before I do that. Disconnect them on final. I don't know if I added enough left rudder. There it comes. There's the rudder there. Oh, that was actually perfect. I find that in the sim, as soon as your wheels touch in real life, it's actually quite easy to maintain center line. Like it's much easier in real life to maintain center line than it is in the sim, that's for sure. In the sim, the center line control feels very squirrely for some reason. In all sims, I don't know why. But the grip from the tires is very good. It actually just naturally tries to keep you going forward. But the sim feels pretty strange. What are my PC specs? They're in the description, but I have a 5080 and 14th Gen i7. 64 gigs of RAM, DDR5 at 64 megahertz, or whatever it's called. I think it's megahertz, yeah. And then 1350 power supply. So, ton of power. Look at this flap wiggle. That looks really good. Beautiful approach. Those slats seem massive. Yeah, these are more I think they're called not curver flaps. These are slots more than actual slats. They are huge. They are definitely very very massive slots.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Why this don't sink keeps going off. It's quite annoying, actually. Can't even turn it off.
Sink.
I'd like to make a short with this, but I don't want the don't sink in there.
Sink. 100. Sink. Sink. 50. 40. Sink. 30. 20. Sink. 10.
Thanks, I appreciate that. Yeah, it was a good approach. This was definitely a good one. Good approach and landing.
Sink.
Wide slope is alive.
Thank you. I think we're going to replay the heck out of this one. This is Sim Update 5, by the way, guys. Absolutely fantastic performance in Sim Update 5. Nothing but good things now that chase plane's been updated for it. Make sure you do get the chase plane beta update. Yes, this is the Fly Tampa boss. This is the Fly Tampa boss. Not much of a flare required for this plane for a nice safe landing. I wouldn't call it butter, but it was definitely a good safe landing. I'll get a couple more views of this, and then we're going to go ahead and call it a day, guys. This is a beautiful approach. Beautiful landing. Absolutely amazing airplane. If you guys never tried the 727, be sure to give it a try. Are you using a graphic mod? Nope. I am using Reshade, though. I guess I technically am. I'm only using two filters, Clarity and something else, but... long ID just changed, but sure. Oh, it's amazing universe. Absolutely fantastic. I'm dipping the wing, left rudder, holding that right aileron input in for the wind. Never let go of that right aileron input, or whatever input you need for the wind. Keep that input in. I've only been to Boston actually a few times, not too many times. Too bad it's phased out in real life. Yeah, I kind of wish they just put some updated engines on it, made it a little more fuel efficient, called it a day. You know, made it like basically a 737 or something, or maybe like a little bit more modern than that as well. The airframe is a very, very well built airframe, so definitely is a good design. Could have flown for a little bit longer. Alright guys, with that, we are going to set up for the final last replay here. I really appreciate all you guys jumping in and watching today. Hopefully see you on the next one. We're going to be flying the MD-11 and the MD-80 coming up soon, as well as the CRJs. I know a lot of you guys like to watch the RJ stream, so those will be coming up shortly as well. And without further ado, oh, it ruined my entire view. Awesome. I kind of hate that chase plane does that. Because now I gotta move it all over again. Let's go a bit quicker. There we go. If you guys are ready for it, we are going to end the stream right about now. Really appreciate you guys jumping in, and we will see you on the next one. Bye 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 for now.